I want to talk about I'm Not Supposed to Be Here.
Wait, dang.
I know it's starting on a pretty sad note. I'm sorry, guys.
Down. Hold on. We are that's too far. Not supposed to be is like
Bells likes to be all introspective and go
because
back.
I do like to go
I
back.
don't give a fuck about none of that. I want to talk about what's happening now. Okay? That's a me thing.
But I kind of want to talk about evolution. That's why I start at the beginning like
here's
that.
what I'll give you. Here's what I'll give you right before you go in. Right? Pardon me.
Go ahead.
I always knew you could rap. So,
yeah.
Like, you are a phenomenal rapper. Like, you can put words together better than most. All right? Like, you can I'm pretty sure I can literally say words to you and you can just fucking rap, right? Like, based off those words. You that type of rapper. You the guy that, like, when it comes to words, you could play with them, right? I was never really a huge fan of the music. I just understood why people liked you, right? This album, I'm Not Supposed to Be Here, ask my wife. We in the car. This is usually where we listen to music, right? When we're about to go do some shit, put the shit on. I'm like, hey, yo, this right here is like, this shit's talking to me. You know what I mean? Because I'm not the type of person to not listen, especially because you from Mass, bro. Like, I'm going to listen to it. Whether or not I'm the hugest fan, I'm never going to shit on you online. I'm never going to be like, yo, fuck that album, like whatever. You from my town, so like I'm going to show you love regardless. But this is the one, bro. Like, I'm talking like track 2. I was like, all right, whatever comes after this, I know it's going to be fire. You know what I mean? And then Friends came on.
Yeah.
And then that was the one that got me all the way locked in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, this motherfucker's spitting. Because, and I feel like you deterred from the super, like, lyrical shit, and you just told stories on this one. Like, and you had your songs where you got super lyrical on there and you played with words and shit like that. But you also just told some real life shit. And that, to me, is what speaks to people the biggest. It's like you just talking real life shit. And not saying that you haven't before, because you have. But for whatever reason, bro, like your tonality, your approach, you're like, you was surgical with this shit. And it took me from a fan to a super fan. So now I was like, all right, I really want to talk to this kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really want to see deep, like, you know, dive deep into the mind of Token and see where this came from. So let's hold it on that note.
I appreciate it.
Okay, well, since we already went there,
Yeah.
I will say that I can't say that this is my favorite project. I wait, but pause. Let me finish.
Let her finish.
No. That's your opinion. It's your opinion. Fuck it, but whatever.
And the reason I'm saying that is because it's one of my favorite projects. Yes, it is your latest project, and it comes from I don't want to say a long line. And you don't only have 2 other projects, but we'll
two other albums.
Okay, so we'll go back to that. But I'll say that this album, I do believe that compared to your last projects, yes, there is an undeniable level of confidence that feels like I don't give a, you know what I'm saying? Like, be sick of me. Like, no stone unturned type, just saying whatever you want, saying whatever you feel like you needed to say. And like you said, like, even in your cadence, your intonations, like, just your energy on this project, I feel like was very different from, your past work. Like, there's a familiarity, like, there's an element of familiarity, but there's also just a stark difference between what you did here with this project and what you've done in the past. Now, for me, I liked every song on the album. Yeah. But the ones that I liked the most were obviously the intro, Not Supposed to Be Here, Friends, What Does Your Love Look Like, Sarah's song.
Fuck Sarah.
I'm your baby. Yeah. And Diary Number 1, I felt like was the perfect ending for this album. That was the perfect button for it. Now I want to dial back and go to 17-year-old Token, who dropped 2016. That was your first actual project that you dropped.
Are you talking about Razor Shavings?
Yep. Eraser Shavings.
Shavings. I was, I guess I was in high school. I was 17, probably. Yeah.
So that was your, well, what I could find as like the first project, like full length project that you dropped. And that one,
God damn, you young as shit.
don't feel because
17
I
and
think about that. I was
2016.
like, yo, he's bad young. And we talked about him like he's only 20. Are you 26 yet?
26.
Okay. And I'm like, there's no way, just because of the content of your music and the way that you deliver it. That's why.
I had my first kid in 2016.
That's
Just put
insane.
that in perspective. You know what I mean? Just put it in perspective. You know what I mean? Type shit.
But like on that very first project, I feel like it was, part of me wants to say that it was very surface level, but it was probably very surface level for us. Like it was an introduction to you. You talking your stuff. Yeah. You know, very lyrically inclined today. You're showing them like, I got skills. I'm a little arrogant and can't nobody really, you know, go head to head with me for real. Exception, right? Is a record that you also mentioned on the following project after that, right?
Yeah.
So Exception, I'm listening to Exception and I'm in it. I'm like, I just know Andy about to come back to school and it's gonna be a problem. But I didn't know whether this was like a real life event until the second project. And I was like, well, what the heck happened with Andy? Like, and then you were supposed to be the third person. That blew my mind. I said, you was almost up out of here.
Yeah.
So,
Like-
so what is that? Like, where did that come from?
The Exception story. I mean, I think I talked about it, on the intro to the next one, but the song basically was based on this kid. His name, I gotta stop using real names because
You use his real name.
I be using. Hey man, everything you heard in the album is real.
You know what's crazy?
You a different
Because we was
motherfucker.
trying to figure out whether we were over here brainstorming names for Sarah.
Oh, Sarah's real.
And
Oh
Sarah's
my God.
Sarah.
That's her name. I just figured it's a
Jesus
big enough name.
Christ,
I know
yo.
a lot of Sarahs. Like,
Motherfucker, yo, Token,
right.
you wilding out.
I know, dude. I fuck up my life every album. I'm not kidding. It gets fucked up every time.
This nigga's bugging.
Yeah.
Yo, son.
I swear to God. But yeah, Andy was a kid who was was like my friend. This was back in shit, like 5th grade or something. Yeah, and he was weird, but so was I, and I didn't have like many friends, whatever. I don't even know how we like linked, but we would like have play dates or whatever. I remember he always really wanted to like do airsoft gun fights, which is like
That's wild.
can be a red flag. But
Why
he
the
was-
fuck would you want to do that with
Right.
your friend?
and I was like, nah, man, like, nah. But we were friends, and eventually, like, I don't know. I just remember having like a weird like sleepover with him, and it was like his family like kind of tweaked me out, and I was like, I don't really want to be friends with him anymore. And he was like a weird kid, so like friends would like clown him, like not to his face, but it was low key. But he was like a weird, quiet kid, whatever. And that's what inspired like that concept of like I could just what if that's I started to feel guilty because this like was my friend, and if there were to be a kid who would do some shit like that, it seemed like it would be this kid, and I realized that like I am not like innocent. Like to me, the whole song, I'm like I keep like reminding people like that's my friend, but like to him, I don't look like his friend. I look like the person who stopped being his friend.
Right.
And what's crazy about him, bro, is that he ended up like years later like killing his dog with a bat.
Hey, yo.
And he went like crazy.
Oh, shit.
And I don't mean to say with a smile, it's just but it's fucked.
It's fascinating.
And like I don't even know what happened to him, but it's interesting because like they say when you like kill animals, it's like the first step of like being a serial killer.
Yeah,
or some
Jeffrey
shit.
Dahmer.
So I kind of called that shit. But it doesn't negate. It doesn't negate the positives to be taken out. Still. Just saying.
That's kind of scary. Well, I hope Andy is
Yeah.
okay. The only other thing I want to say about that project is I can't even say it. You couldn't even say it, and I think that was satire. But dang it,
Shia?
yeah.
Yeah, that used to be my thing, dude. I don't know. I started young, and I thought you needed a fucking
Like a tagline.
you needed like a fucking thing, a lighter flick. That's good.
Yeah.
So my thing was like, I don't even want to do it. I don't want to open the door to, but I killed it with that skit. It was
Yeah,
over.
I loved that skit. Like, I thought it was so funny because directly before that, you're like, yeah, the engineer or whoever is like, man, did you just one take that? And he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm him. And then he does like 100 takes of this one freaking word or whatever. And I was just like, yo, I cannot, but that's how it really be.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Cause when you're trying to perfect some shit, you're trying to act like it's like that. It's
Yes.
like, yeah, this is gonna define me. No, the fuck it's not.
Yeah.
Like, you know
For sure.
what I'm saying?
yeah, so you don't say shit no more.
No, hell no. I just over the years I turned it lower and lower and lower, and then one day it just hit 0. I'm never gonna say it again.
Yeah, fuck it. I ain't mad at that.
Cool. But anyways, I guess we'll blow through the rest of the
Look.
I appreciate you listening to the
projects.
first because that's crazy. Not many
Here-
people know about that project.
Here's what I like about Bells when we interview somebody. She's gonna dive in and go all the way back. That's great, right? and I respect that, and I love that. But for me, it's just more like we are where we are right now, right? And let's talk about what's going on right now, because right now is the littest you've ever been.